hard for people to like engage. But yeah, so we have a Slack channel. We have our events, and then
hold
we
on, let me give you a second to introduce all that. But so hey everyone, welcome from around the world. We are here with another session, an amazing session with Robin Cohen. As you might have been hearing a little bit, she is the founder and CEO of W Collective, and they've got everything from events, mentorship, as she was just explaining, a Slack channel, just a neat incubation of women who are on fire to change the world and be business owners. So we're really blessed to have her here with our ladies in Zambia. Hey, everyone. And yeah, this session is going to be on partnerships. And I know, as I was just even talking with Robin very briefly, just how valuable partnerships are. The people to your right, to your left, even as you're sitting there. And as we say in America, to break bread, you know, to be able to have community, and not only in a way that you have people that you care for, but also you can build businesses around, because their success is your success. And I know Robin's gonna dive into all that. So Robin, thanks again. And we were just talking before, this is her fourth session, just coming in month after month. She's got a passion for people, and building connections. So it's gonna be an amazing session. I look forward to seeing what comes of it. Thanks again, Robin.
Yeah, you're welcome. Happy to be here.
So over to you. And Emma, I know you usually do a quick intro with the ladies, so take it away.
All right, thank you, Adam. Hi, everyone. So today we have a full session. We're actually supposed to have 10 women, but so far we just have 4. So on my right here, we have Judy. You can just read Judy sells blankets and African Chitenge materials. Then we also have Cecilia here. She sells charcoal. Then we have Hilda Chanda at the far end. She sells food spices. And finally, we have Gladys. So she sells chicken and charcoal. Thank you.
That's great. Well, again, happy to be here. And Adam and Barbara, thank you for including me. I don't typically like present something. I just like to talk about this, and then that way we can have like a nice back and forth and just kind of take it slow. So a couple of things. One is I'm all about partnerships. I think partnerships, and they come in many, many, many different ways. It's probably the most valuable aspect of business. So I just want to start there. And I think what I would want to do is talk about partnerships in general and the different ones that I think about and the ones that I use in my everyday, and then understand the women's businesses, and then talk about, okay, which partnerships make sense for their businesses. So I'll do that. Okay, partnerships. Well, where do we begin? In terms of partnerships, for example, you can have unpaid partnerships and paid partnerships. It just depends upon the type of business you have, as well as which businesses you are partnering with. So I'll stop there so that you can translate.
All right, thank you. So partnerships tunaanza kugombea pamoja. mwalanga pamuna n'abajjukisi maybe mulifa okutusa ekintu kumwerera kukyani kuwombera pamu so balanda kuma partnership ya kusana kusana balanda kuwombera kumuka kusana kusana so icha number one ni unpaid partnership fine okuwombera pamu n'omuntu bati tawule mulipira because rimoti naisala ndati inesisi ndekala kuno kundasanga kuno ku spark mwanda tijimuleta ma spices that abantu bambi balekita partnership fine then nga mwalanda ati tamwabula mpere empia maybe nakula bula polele spice si abati mpere kani shitabalekishani tabalekishira. Thank you.
Yes, so let me first talk about unpaid partnerships. So for example, let's say you are able to partner with a very large company or a very large brand. So a very large, well-known brand, right? Or company. Why that's great is because that business, that company, that brand will give your company more exposure, right? More exposure to more people. And then the more exposure that you have and the more people that know about your business, then it allows you to generate sales, right? To generate money. So that's one idea of an unpaid partnership.
Right,
If you want, yeah,
so,
you could,
like
yeah.
just naturally, muito mpera zamishi. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. I think you're the video froze.
All right.
Oh, there you
So-
are. There you are. You came back.
I think especially muito kama mpera chintani amishishie ero mwachita chana la so I can example yako but for example the company share products na FCA or maybe Shoprite, but Shoprite standards. I am spices mresh na kustandi ero mwakula njipira mwakula Shoprite because bareka kisha kusotati abantu bashashani bamishe because them nabapata more exposed nabapata abantu kuja so mwala balipira them but nema mwala share sana dana mwikala pe pakona. Thank you.
Okay. Another example of an unpaid partnership. So that was general. So now I'm going to give maybe more detailed examples. So for example, so as I mentioned, you partner with a very large, well-known company. That gives your company, your brand, more exposure. So what maybe are the different ways that you can partner? So for example, there are events, which is what I do. So for my brand, I will partner with, you know, one or two bigger brands, bigger well-known businesses. So when I'm promoting the event, I am able to get more people to come to the event because they want to, you know, learn about that bigger brand. And then with these style events, usually it's a panel of different speakers, right? And so if I'm partnering with a company that's large and very well known, usually I'll have a speaker from that company. And so then people want to come and see that speaker, right? And they want to hear that content. So that's just one style of partnering for like an unpaid partnership for, let's say, an event. And there's different events that you could do. For example, in your case, if you're selling something, selling chicken, selling rice, whatever that is, right? And I've spoken about this before on another session. But in your case, you might want to partner with someone else that has, you know, like a fruit or a vegetable or whatever stand that gets a lot of traffic, a lot of people coming in, right? And so if you're able to partner with them and sell your product with them, you are going to get their audience, you know, their clients, their flow of people coming in to buy product. So I just wanted to give 2 examples there. One example is an event, right, where you partner for like free. In your case, the partnership could be in terms of partnering with someone that has maybe a very large, you know, fruit or vegetable stand. Everybody knows about them, and you want to work with them to sell your product.
All right, thank you. So badala ndati imbyo bengapera ni, for example, kuri event yanyu kirabati, okay, kureka kitamasipi nangulimbe maybe kuri Women's Day, then mwachita invite ngibana na abo kubayishwe sana. Okay, nangulimbe cancel. Abantu abaningi babaza bakansera, so bakayaisa imwe namulangira n'abalala kita organize event ati ndi fund apa, so that when barabaisa especially bala tumali mwabaishi ngakulina kwati mwilani na ngwati kape because I'm not free event limo ya mubala kanya so tukanda gabenda now graduation ni mubala landati mwana graduation ndipo ankese shako ape tinge sianda pa kana pesa watu shani na abafura bala kwa shani ifinto from teacher. Then in the example baterati yapa batingana mu event. Then in the example baterati teacher nangu kai abantu bale kunga speaker. Then chapa nangu siang furious alkwata chisho pitani ichiku abantu bengi bashani barafuga ero mwaranda nangu kusheti. So that's it. Imwe barabira bika zintu balya abantu balesa kuri imwe barabira. So it's ni another way ya kubati partnership ya myafuira mu kuchita market ipinto complete. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you remind me the different businesses that each of the women have? Can you remind me what that is?
Okay, so for Judith, she sells blankets and shenge materials, wrappers like the one she's putting on that you can use to, you can either just put it on or design things. Cecilia sells charcoal. So charcoal can be used for cooking for people that don't have electricity. Hilda sells spices, food spices that you put in food. Then Gladys as well sells charcoal, can be used for cooking, and chicken, which is used for eating. It's edible.
Yeah.
Then Kabwe at the far end sells eggs.
Okay.
So it's blankets, charcoal, spices, eggs, and chicken.
Okay. Where do they sell their product? Is it at a market? Is it at a market and somewhere else? Like, what does their week look like when they're selling their product?
Okay, so once a month, I'm going to be a place to come to shipping to the shop. You understand? Monday to Friday. Mm. Okay, so Judith has said when she orders a blanket, she takes them to a busy place, which is Comesa. So Comesa, a lot of people go there to buy different things, groceries. So that's where she takes them.
Okay, okay, perfect. And how about the other women?
Just outside. So for Cecilia, she sells them at the roadside, outside her yard. She just puts them outside when people passing, they buy.
Okay.
Chicken, oh, but chicken, okay, so for Gladys, for charcoal, she sells from home. But for chicken, she takes it at the market because they are live chickens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so for Hilda, she says as spices, she sells them at the shop. However, she delivers for other people. So she would sell some and the other ones do the yes, so she sells from the shop and through delivery service.
Okay.
Okay. So Kabwe at the far end sells eggs. So in Zambia, there's a shop called Young Heroes. Okay, yes, it's Young Heroes. It's owned by a person called Young Heroes. It's the cheapest in countrywide. So most people go buy from there. So her she sells outside the same shop. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So in terms of the different places where they sell their product, for example, the ones that, because when you're selling it at a shop, that is going to, that's a partnership almost right there, right? Because you're almost partnering with the shop to sell your stuff. And because the shop has a lot of traffic, right, has a lot of people coming to it. So that's fantastic. The women that are selling more like on the side of the road, if they are like by themselves, right, just selling there on the road, that's almost a little bit more difficult, right, to try and find a partnership for that. So what I would think is, for the women that are selling more by themselves, I think the question is, do they have an opportunity to sell at a shop or at a market where they will have more exposure? Can you ask them if they have that option?
Asi mwalipata kutunza watu mwali chako pashopu na market. Onishi mushtisha kipa na nishta mushtisha watu mwamushtisha kuna ba. Okay. So, but it's more cheaper market. Okay, so for Cecilia, I said, yes, she does. She does have an opportunity to go sell from the market. However, because she sells in smaller packages, and there are a lot of people at the market doing that, its disadvantages are. So that's why she sells from home, because she's the only one there and neighbors will come. So unless she starts selling big bags, like bigger ones, that's when she can go and sell from the market. But for now, it would be a bit disadvantaging.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. Because when I talk about partnerships, so I mentioned there is unpaid and paid, right? There is opportunities to partner with larger businesses, right? And, put on an event or partner at a market. And I think that, the way that we have partnerships here in my country, right, is going to be different, because we have partnerships, for example, like for events and those kinds of things. But we also, because of the internet, because of social media, we also have many different options to create partnerships, if that makes sense, right? So it's a little bit different. That's why I was asking, because then it helps me to explain in a way that's more beneficial for them, right? It doesn't make sense for me to talk about, like a social media partnership, right? If they're not on social media. So I wanted to have some understanding there. So what I remember talking about, I think this is maybe like 2 sessions back. I was talking about marketing, because marketing and partnerships can be similar, because the idea is that you want to, by partnering with a company or a brand or a person, right? This is helping to market your brand, your product to more people. It's the whole idea, right? And so in my mind, for example, for any of them, I think the benefit is, so yes, you're selling your product at a shop or a market or at home. So shop, market, home, or maybe on the side of a busy intersection. So those are the 4 areas that I think I heard from you. In my mind, I think that there's a couple of options for them. For example, for the women that sell their product at home, is there an opportunity for them to partner even with them together? For example, it could be one of the women that is selling the blankets, right, and the material can partner with another woman that is selling the spices, and maybe have an event in someone's home where your neighborhood comes and buys from that. That's nice, because one woman's network of family, and friends and contacts comes along with the other woman. Then you're doubling the amount of people that can come to buy the product. So again, that's just my idea, as if you're already selling from your home, is there a possibility to partner with someone to maybe put on a little bit of like an event, right, where you invite the neighborhood to come and buy your product there? That's a great partnership, because it allows you to get more exposure, have a nice event, and hopefully sell lots of product.
All right, thanks. So that's what did you say? Now what's the Shapang and the Timwanda to guide the Yakovac and Wanda to munich shaping to once a month and to Rero mbabazi bambi bayisambuza. Siyabonga. Siyazi mwapanga kasha ntumke. Nani mwapa inapanga ndio panga that's like
It means only 1 day, 1 week.
okay. So they have said yes, it's possible. However, not from anyone's home because maybe few people might come, but near the mall they can organize where they just make a table, then she brings a product, she brings her products, then they display them so that people that come at the mall can buy from them.
Yes. I also remember talking about, for example, if they attend a church or some kind of community center, you know, a place where people gather. So for example, like a church is a great example, right? Because yes, you go there for, let's say, Sunday worship or whatever that looks like for you. But here in this country, we have a lot of community events that haven't happened at a church. And then people come together selling their different products. And so that's a great example because then the church is able to advertise and then many people come and you have like a lot of people to buy your product. So I don't know if that's another example or an opportunity there where either you have a church or some type of community place, right, where people gather for different types of events. I don't know if that's a possibility. So instead of you having it in your home, because yes, sometimes it's a safety issue, right, to have it in your home, but is there a public place where people will naturally gather? That's an opportunity to maybe have an event there, partnering with many people to sell products. So is that a possibility?
That's why a lot of bantu bakumana okuya mu church. Oh, bakumana okuya mu church. So shantu kuira ko kacha. Shantu kuira insa ko kacha.
And then
Every Monday. Every Friday. Yeah, I have to use the market. Use the market to keep that like the water. So then we have use the market to cover water of Jack. They shan't but every Monday and Friday. Yes, so they have said they do. There's what they call Shantumbu market in the area of residence. So every Tuesday, every Monday and Friday, different entrepreneurs come with different things like clothes, vegetables, food, shoes, and they display them and they sell them every Monday and Friday. Then there's also what they call Tuesday market. It is not in their neighborhood, but it's close by. So Tuesday market, it's also the same setup. People come with different products and they sell them. So they do a thing.
Okay, that's good to know because those are the opportunities to find partnership so that you get more exposure to your product so that you can sell more of it. For example, here we have a women's organization. I think it's once a month. Many vendors, same thing. So many vendors with, blankets, candles, shoes, clothes, all sorts of things, spices, come together, and they create like a bigger event out of it so they can sell their product to as many people as possible. So it's similar idea. But those for me are your greatest opportunities to find unpaid partnership with people, with other vendors, with community centers to organize a larger event so you are able to sell more product to more people. So those are great examples. In terms of paid partnership, this is a little bit different. But for example, one example of a paid partnership in terms of what I do is a company will pay me like a monthly fee. And with the monthly fee, they get their logo, their brand logo on like my website, on my social media. When I have an event, they come and speak. They will set up a table and sell their product. So this is an example of like a paid partnership. We usually call them corporate partnerships, or we call them corporate sponsorship. But it's where a company is paying you so they can get more exposure. Now, I think it's more possible to do that type of thing here, with the types of events that I do or that people do here, and the types of companies that we partner with. There, I think, it would be much different. I don't think you have the same opportunity to do paid partnership there. It's very, different structure. But I wanted to just give an example of a paid partnership where it is a company that is partnering with me, for example, and they're paying me to give them more exposure to their company, right? So that's an example of a paid partnership, but I don't think a paid partnership would work in their case. But I wanted to, to mention it as an example of a paid partnership.
All right, thank you. So, badala ya mention na choose the market is very important thing. Public property amwe issue yako bati masanga mmoto mgashani amumbera pa. Imotuachana na abantu kwanza yawe in case imopo mleshana pa tusama mwisho kwa kwa ndio something ngale mkesha kwa mwakwe. So ama partnership yako bati mwalaisha ni certificate msepa. Then kwa hivyo very very example wa partnership kwa yana ama partnership. For example, bena bali kwata ni website yangu. So mbona mpata ifumbe focus advertisement kile mandri mwabera karaka logo kenu bali kapa website elo nomba ngala kwata event mwaisa kwa kwanza kati shishana ai for example fike basi partner tupata tena bali ya settings ya kwa shana kashani tunafanya department market right. Madam guys. This to our but Thank you.
Can you ask them what are their biggest challenges for selling their product?
So baadaye ndatimsha maki kupata na lift system. Nachake bwino. Okay, banga mweshi shamba na shamba ya basi sike. Maki ya shimkwati. Okay. We're glad you said. Okay. Bye. Hi. Bye. Bye, Hilda. Majidi maki ya shimkwati na mweshi kisha. Then bag was so kibema.
But you may think I think
Okay. Back up. Back up. Okay. All right, so for Judith, she says she has no challenge with regard to selling a product because she has a strategic way of selling them. She gives her grandchildren and they go around to almost 3 areas near a place. So they just pass, sometimes they put the on top of their head and on their hands, and they'll be showing people passing in cars. So like she hasn't faced any challenge and things so like that. For Cecilia, because she sells charcoal, remember, so she might order a bag of charcoal, and since this other side is covered, only the upper part is seen. So one of the challenges is that sometimes she'll buy bad stock because she will only see what's on top, and she'll find that maybe down there, they are all crushed almost to powder, and it's hard to sell a bad product. Then for Hilda, who sells spices, like she earlier said, she sells from a shop on retail and also on delivery services. So on those delivery services, they don't pay there and then. They pay after some time So others would delay to pay on their agreed time,
Mm,
which causes a business sometimes to be slow because she's waiting for that money to order another product.
mhm,
Then for Gladys, who sells chicken and charcoal, so she said because she sells from the market, the place there's almost everybody with chickens. Sometimes the business is just slow because people sometimes go to other people and leave a stand. Then
mm,
for Kawe, who sells eggs, she says she would have a challenge when she order eggs and her eggs are smaller because she's not the
mm,
only one who's there. If the other person orders better eggs, like big ones, most people will go to
mm,
the other person and not her.
mm,
Thank you.
mm. Okay, okay. It's interesting, yeah, because then you have to almost become more creative, with how you're selling, when you're selling, who you can sell with, right? Um, for example, with the eggs, if you have small eggs, there's not much you can do to change when your only option is to sell a small eggs when you know that someone's going to go to someone else that has bigger, eggs. That's challenging. That's like a different style of challenge, right? I like the idea of the kids and the grandkids helping to sell and almost creating like a wider area, right, to sell that product. I think that's actually very clever. So in that case, she's partnering with her own family to get the product out to more people. So I think that's actually a very smart idea. I like that. With the, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, the chapo. Am I saying it properly? But if, for example, during the day or when you are getting the product and the quality of the product is not so good, that's also very challenging, right? Because you can't do much about changing the quality of that product so that you can sell it. So it's very interesting for me to hear the different challenges. I do like the idea of one of the ladies saying that instead of being in the market selling a similar product like many other people are selling, that she is finding her own place, near a different intersection to sell. That's smart. So she's not partnering with someone, but she's just finding a more strategic place to sell her product. So she has more opportunity to sell a product. That I think is very smart. So, well, thank you for sharing the challenges because, again, I like to be aware of their situation because I don't want to give information that's not going to be helpful. So thank you for sharing that with me. I think in conclusion, what I would like to say is, one, definitely try to find continued opportunities to partner, whether it's a store. And here's the thing, you can sell inside the store, or if there's a possibility, you could have a stand outside the store, right? You ask the store owner, excuse me, can I, sell one day in front of your store? Because again, the people that are coming in and out of the store, it's traffic, it's people, it's potential customers. So that is another idea I'm thinking about, right? If you don't have an opportunity to sell your product in the store, maybe you can sell your product outside the store if the store owner will allow you that opportunity. right? That's one. Two is, again, whether it's a church, a community place where you can partner with other people to create some type of event, right? Where you come together and everybody sells their product. That's another great opportunity. So that would be two. Three would be in a market. If there is an opportunity to partner with someone else that everybody goes to them to buy the product, right? So everybody goes to this person to buy product. Is there an opportunity for you to have your stand beside them or share their space with them to sell your product? To me, those would be maybe the three partnership opportunities that would make sense for their circumstances.
All right, thank you. So, basi idan muka ga bale mishi shako na tuwa musana because we partner na ba family business. Kun kan ya kuwata denna wasu respect market because the market para from kunganda na chini chiri kuri no kutumeta na bandu jamasi tamleo mishani muri competition batacho benga nde cha kuregesha cha parati tukwata kunkanya kweli kula faya umshira shita shi na ya freedom muri gamarasha business yani mwai kushamwele ngachita kufunga sana so that business ile shani ile ya pantanshi barangati icha number 1 timu aisha konga timu afanya na mmoja wapata shughuli na mwana mambo kitu shitani fancy icha number 2 timu ile mwai panga kai bentai yes and present kwa kitu pesa passport de kwa jamaa bosaba bom aba spaki bare vitu vya kama keti ndio mtashika vitai so that vitu mweta kuna mtu akuta aifanya biashara kama ipo today kama hivi walanda ti kama mtu walanda partnership yalamyafirisha abantu benshi information so that sharing na chipi chokapya ati thank you.
Okay. Do the ladies have any questions for me?
I have a question. So, questions, no, there are no questions, but Glad is the one who sells charcoal and chicken. She just wants to say that thank you for opening up our minds. That sometimes when things are hard, if you're struggling to sell in your business, there are certain things you can do, like talk to other people to help you sell, or for the most part, talk to your fellow entrepreneurs, organize an event where you can sell your products and other people come through. That's something she didn't think of, but now because you've said, it has opened her mind and she looks forward to doing things like that that can help her sell more, especially working with other people.
Oh, good. That makes me happy. Yes, because again, I really want to be aware of, I have my idea of partnership, and the way that partnership works here for me is very different for them. So I can give my examples of partnership, but if they don't connect with their needs for their business, it doesn't make any sense. That's why I wanted to have a really clear understanding of, okay, what are the products that they are selling? Where are they selling them? And what other challenges? And for example, for me, like, if they saw, even if you talk to Adam, but if they saw like how active I am in my community. So for example, there is the opportunity to talk to people to become creative, right? In finding new ways to sell your product, right? But one other thing maybe I will leave with is I'm very active in my community. I don't believe in competition in the sense that for me, competition is important and is healthy. So even if one woman is selling eggs here and another woman right beside her is selling eggs, to me, how can you change the experience of selling those eggs? What is your stand going to look like, right? How are you selling the eggs? What are you wearing? Are you playing music? Like, all these things are so important, right? So that's why I say, like, you could be side by side. It doesn't matter. What matters is how creative can you be in selling your product. So that's one. The other thing is to be very active in your community. So I say this, like, I can only picture myself in Zambia with you. And let's say one day I'm at a market. Like, for me, I would go around to every single stand and meet everybody, because I would want to know, who is everybody selling the product? Who is everybody selling eggs? Who is everybody selling chicken? Who is everybody selling blankets? I want to know everybody. So that's another aspect of just even partnership and community, is getting to know who your community is. Who are the people in your community? Who else is selling product? And it becomes a much more friendly experience, right? Because then it's not competition. Then it's like, oh, we're all in this together so that we can all sell and be successful, if that makes sense.
Thank you. So much, Reverend Datsy. Then who have a partnership more with nice. So I let you take a lot of my business here, because bachelor nephew muchita nephew business here running ever changati amiterama solutions ya partnership. So better than that, she can kuba creative ine kwaina mweshiria kubatibushe, because business paras kushikisheni nisha shinala kwaida mwa kubata abantu benshi bofunde kita bashite no fonde pataso, so that abantu benshi bokoresha and abantu abigwashani bashitoforesha. Thank you.
Thank you. Barbara, I think we're finished.
Okay, Emma, bring them together. Let me take a photo quickly. All right, please smile. Okay, please smile now. Yes, I got it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Robin.
Thank you. Thank
Hi,
you.
Mahaba. Hello, Mahaba, can you hear me? Or can you hear us?
Yes, hi.
Hi, thank you for joining. Adam just told me about you today, so I'll invite you for subsequent sessions.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a nice day, everyone.
Okay,